Why don't more people know her name? Why isn't Madam C.J. Walker in the same breath as Henry Ford, Andrew Carnegie, or Thomas Edison? Because she did something just as revolutionary. And she did it while being a black woman born 2 years after slavery ended in a country that didn't even recognize her humanity, let alone her genius. She wasn't just a beauty entrepreneur. She was the first self-made female millionaire in American history of any race. And yet, outside of black communities, outside of history months and niche documentaries, her story is still treated like a footnote. Why? Born Sarah Breedlove in 1867 in Louisiana, she was the first freeborn child in her family. Her parents were formerly enslaved. She was orphaned by 7, a widow with a child by 20. She worked as a washerwoman, earning barely $1 a day. She was supposed to be invisible to history, but she refused. When her hair started falling out from the stress, from poor hygiene conditions, from the reality of poverty, she didn't just treat it, she studied it. She experimented. She created a product called Madam C.J. Walker's Wonderful Hair Grower, a blend of oils, sulfur, and science, and began selling it door to door. But she didn't stop there. She built a company. She trained an army of black women as Walker agents, not just to sell products, but to build their own wealth. She created a national distribution system before Amazon ever existed. She used beauty as a vehicle for black liberation, because when black women could style their hair with pride, they also walked with power. She bought land, built a mansion, Villa Lawaro, in the middle of a white millionaire neighborhood during Jim Crow. It wasn't just real estate, it was a declaration that a black woman could exist, could thrive, could dominate in spaces designed to keep her out. And still, she's missing from national curriculum. She's absent from economic textbooks. She's not on our currency. She's not in our museums like she should be. Why? Why is a woman who proved that innovation doesn't need an Ivy League degree still not celebrated as one of the greats? She didn't inherit money. She didn't marry into wealth. She didn't break a glass ceiling. She built the whole damn house and handed out blueprints to other black women while she was at it. She died in 1919, leaving behind a company worth over $1 million, more than $20 million in today's money. But the real value was this. She created a system that gave black women economic independence during one of the most violently racist periods in U.S. history. So again, I ask, why don't more Americans, black, white, anyone, know her name? Why don't schools teach her business model as a case study? Why isn't she on a stamp? Why isn't she a statue? Because if we gave Madam C.J. Walker the credit she actually earned, we'd have to retell the American dream and say that it wasn't just built by steel tycoons and factory owners, but also by a black woman with a hot comb, a formula, and a mission. This is Marcus Farrell Live, where we say the names that history tried to whisper and put them on blast. If you believe Madam C.J. Walker is an American icon, not just a black one, drop Walker, build this in the comments. Follow, share, and tell someone her name. Because legacy like this deserves the loudest microphone we've got.